Hello and welcome to Perspective from the Right, a podcast hosted by Trent Hill. Here we'll be diving deep into the ideas and principles of right-wing philosophy, from classic liberalism to modern conservatism and everything in between. I'll be your guide as we explore the historical roots of these ideologies, as well as the contemporary debates and issues that shape the right-wing worldview today. Whether you're a lifelong conservative or just curious about the right-wing perspective, I'm here to provide a thoughtful, nuanced, and balanced examination of these important ideas. So join me every week as we strive to better understand the right perspective and the world we live in.
And welcome to Perspective from the Right, a podcast dedicated to exploring the ideas and principles of the right-wing political philosophy. From classical liberalism to conservatism and everything in between, we'll be delving into the arguments and beliefs that shape the right-wing worldview. We'll be examining the historical roots of these ideas and how they have evolved over time, as well as the contemporary debates and issues that are driving the conversation today. Whether you're a lifelong conservative or just curious about the right-wing perspective, we're here to provide a nuanced and thoughtful exploration of these important ideas. So join us as we strive to better understand the right-wing perspective and the world we live in. The right-wing perspective is a political philosophy that emphasises individual liberty, free market capitalism, and traditional values. This perspective has been a driving force in Western political thoughts for centuries, and it is more relevant than ever in today's world. The right-wing perspective is the best philosophy for today's world because it prioritises economic freedom, encourages personal responsibility, and upholds traditional values. One of the key reasons why the right-wing perspective is the best philosophy for today's world is its emphasis on economic freedom. The right-wing perspective is pro-free market capitalism, which means that it supports the idea that individuals should be free to make their own economic decisions without government interference. This approach leads to a more efficient allocation of resources and creates an environment in which businesses can flourish, ultimately leading to greater prosperity for all. In today's globalised economy, it is more important than ever to have a philosophy that supports economic freedom. This will lead to more job opportunities, higher wages, and overall economic growth. Another reason why the right-wing perspective is the best philosophy for today's world is that it encourages personal responsibility. The right-wing perspective believes that individuals should be held accountable for their actions and that the government should not be relied upon to solve all of society's problems. This approach promotes self-sufficiency and self-reliance, which are essential qualities for a healthy and thriving society. Personal responsibility is also crucial for a functioning democracy, as it ensures that citizens will take an active role in their government and their society. Lastly, the right-wing perspective upholds the traditional values which are essential for a stable and healthy society. The right-wing perspective emphasises the importance of family, religion, and morality. This perspective values traditional institutions such as the nuclear family, marriage, and religion as the foundation of society. The right-wing perspective recognises that these traditional values have served as a cornerstone of Western civilization for centuries, and it is important to preserve them for future generations. This perspective has been a driving force in Western politics and thought, and it is more relevant than ever in today's world. Therefore, we must continue to promote and uphold these values if we want to ensure a stable and prosperous society for future generations. Welcome to a segment which we call Lazy Journalism. It's where we explore some of the examples of journalism gone bad, gone wrong. Let me give an example today. We often hear and see on news media, because of COVID, that hospital beds are overflowing with COVID patients. The question a good journalist should ask is, what is the level of beds in a hospital, and at what percentage are they now filled? That would give a better indication of the reality of, are we overflowing or not? That is a question a good journalist should ask, but of course lazy journalists don't.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing, thank you.
Well, that concludes today's episode of Perspective from the Right, hosted by Trent Hill. I hope you found our discussion on the right-wing perspective enlightening and thought-provoking. Remember, the right perspective is a political philosophy that emphasizes individual liberty, free market capitalism, and traditional values. These values are essential for a stable and prosperous society, and we'll continue to delve deeper into these topics in future episodes. Thanks again for listening.
And some final acknowledgements. I'd like to thank Zapsplat for the sounds and Chosic for the background music. Thanks, guys.